Hello again. Those who have tried and failed to interest the police in investigating a burglary or other crime will perhaps not be best pleased to learn about the kind of offences which really matter in the increasingly mad age in which we live. The sort of crimes, that is, which have the police trawling industriously through CCTV footage, desperately trying to identify the suspects. The thumbnail to this video shows images of those whom the police wish urgently to find, so that they may arrest and prosecute them. What did these villains do, you ask? Why, when the police show no interest in tracking down car thieves, burglars and vandals, should they be so intent upon hunting down the 7 men shown in the photographs? What did they do? Well, as a matter of fact, they did just exactly what you can see them doing in the pictures. In the description to this video, I give a link to a news item about this with a copy of the picture which I used for the thumbnail. And if you click on it, you will see that the man in the lower right on the lower row on the far right is doing this gesture. That is why he is now on the most wanted list for what is being described by the police as a racially motivated gesture. Perhaps I should explain that this took place during a football match on April the 28th at the West Ham football team's home ground when they were playing a German team. For 5 months, yes, really, the police have been analysing photographs filmed that were taken that day in order to track down these 7 suspected criminals. What did they do? The man who has his finger under his nose like this is of course indicating a moustache of the type worn by the former German leader Adolf Hitler. Others were raising their arms in mock Nazi salutes, either to the opposing team or their supporters. Viewers might perhaps recall John Cleese doing this in a very popular episode of 40 Towers when he had German tourists staying at the hotel. He impersonated Hitler by placing his finger under his nose like this and goose-stepped around the room. How we all laughed at that. But now the Ilford Recorder, the local newspaper which reports this deplorable behaviour by West Ham fans, is headed, "Warning, this story contains an image which includes offensive gestures which is being published for the sole purpose of assisting a police appeal." Of course, I am myself disgusted at this behaviour and cannot think what the world is coming to. Can you imagine any English person making fun of Germans in such a disgraceful fashion by suggesting that all the Krauts are a bunch of Nazis? Of course, I hope that these people are tracked down and suffer the full rigour of the law. The fact that at one time such conduct would have been greeted with laughter is neither here nor there. I hope that this will be some consolation for those people living in East London, where there is an awful lot of crime. I hope it will be a consolation for those who have not been able to persuade the police to take actual crimes committed against them seriously enough to send an officer round to look into them. They know at least that if a few random football fans from Germany are affronted by the behaviour of some West Ham supporters, that the Metropolitan Police will pull out all the stops in their efforts to solve the case. I hope that no viewers will be muttering to themselves that if those Germans didn't like people making fun of them in that way, then they should have stayed in their own damn country and not come over here. That's not the attitude at all that we like to see these days.